So Blaze 4, Nottingham Panthers 6. Yeah, not the best of weekends. I think it's a weekend we need to forget, isn't it?
Yes, quite quickly. I thought our 5v5 play was very poor all weekend. A lot of mistakes out there, fighting the puck a lot. So yeah, very poor weekend.
Yeah, we'll start with last night's game. We were both sat together.
Yeah.
We left too much space for them to punish us. We were slow we're slow going forward. And it only took us until we were 5 down, really, to get into the game. And tonight, in all fairness, the second period, if we're going on to tonight, I know we just said I'll go on to going about last night, but going back to tonight into that second period, we were 3-0 down. We showed some fight. I think it was a much better game.
Yes, yeah.
But it's cost us. I think, personally, I know this is where we've had our conflict tonight for the first time.
Different views. Where
I think the referee cost us a few times. A few Panthers fans would probably argue the case. I know you're arguing the case with me saying, but what's your view on that?
Well, I think same as last night, 5v5, I think we were very, very poor this weekend. Late on the forecheck, allowing them the easy pass out the zone, flying through the neutral zone, and defence backed off all night, allowing easy access.
Yeah.
And Robson's not going to save many shots that he can't see.
Exactly.
And last night, 3 of the shots were from the point. He has no idea what he's looking at. So we got to be better in front of him, keep the bodies away from him, tie up the sticks. And same again tonight, I think it was it their second or third? Vinal and Cressy both go for the puck, make the mistake, 2-on-1.
Yeah, 2-on-1.
We have the power play. Alderson should have taken the shot, didn't, passed up on it. They go the other way. Another 2-on-1. You're creating a lot of work. And I think over the course of both games, our 5v5 play was very poor. Obviously, the power play looked brilliant in that second period tonight. 4 goals on the night in the power play, but 5v5 was... We've got to have a lot of work.
Yeah.
Next weekend is another tricky one with Glasgow. They've hit form at the moment, so a lot of work for Moore and Vinal in the week, let's say.
Yeah, and I think talking on Vinal, again, fantastic game. Man of the match tonight as well.
Yeah.
And his goal tonight, fantastic. And I think he stood out head and shoulders above the rest, in all fairness, in that D.
Yes, and well, Vinal's goal was very similar to what we saw in Nottingham last night. We've got bodies in front of the goalie, and as I said, a goalie's going to struggle to save what he can't see.
Yeah.
You got to take his eyes away.
Yeah.
And we didn't do enough of that this weekend, and Nottingham made life very hard for us. Don't get me wrong, Nottingham, they're a very good team, as Danny put in the week. He's got better players there than what we had here last year. So, they should be coming to places like this and giving us a very tough game. But as I said last week in Sheffield and Cardiff, we need to be 120% against these teams.
Yeah.
And this weekend we were about 60, 70.
I think we weren't physical enough as well. Last night especially, we were not physical enough.
That second period, we were very physical tonight. And look what happened. We brought it back.
Exactly, yeah.
We made life difficult for them. They started getting a bit edgy and started making naughty slashes and little checks. You've got to get in their heads. Yeah, and I just think there was a few... This is where I'm going back about the referee. I think you agreed on one where... Who was it who went into the penalty box? Niskola. It was Seitz late on.
That was
Seitz with the rough in.
That was a terrible decision.
Caught Cressy high, which is why Seitz reacted the way he did.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, is the game gone by that point? Can you score 2 quite late on? It's a tricky one. Yeah, we tried pulling the goalie, but again, I'm not a coach. But for me, it wasn't a call for what I would have made. But I'm not the coach. You're chasing the game. Exactly, You might as well lose 7-4 going for it than just be happy to lose by 2. Yeah, you're all right. So it's seen a lot in the NHL this day, and obviously leagues follow suit with what the best league in the world does. Exactly. So it's a new coaching thing that's happened over the last few years. But I would have done the same if I was in Moore's situation. I'd have pulled him because, like I said, you might as well give it a go and lose 7-4. Yeah, I think my point of view was just the fact that it was so late on. I know we've got to go through it, like you just said. At the end of the day, if we are losing that much and we go down by 7, you've got nothing to lose. Exactly. I think just from a fan's point of view, my butthole was twitching a little bit. I ain't going to lie, thinking I don't want them to score. A loss is a loss. A 9-2 loss is the same as a 1-0 loss. You get no points. So. But this weekend, we've conceded, 12 goals, is it? Yes, 6 and 6. And I think all of them were 5-on-5, which is where I'm coming from, that our 5-on-5 play this weekend was very poor. Very.
It was, yeah. But we've got to bounce back from this, and you know, is it Glasgow? Did you say
Glasgow
and
away
Dundee
next week, and then Dundee at home here.
So you know, there's some vital points we need to get on. And I looked at the league table again.
Glasgow are coming up as well.
Glasgow are coming up, and Guildford now are climbing. I think we're pretty much level on points, but apart from the, is there a little bit of a goal difference?
I think we've played a couple of games more than everyone else, so it's better to have the points from the board than the games in hand because you're guaranteed those points. But you know, it's getting tight out there. It's getting tight. So
it is. We're coming to that point of the season now where everything matters what we're going for. So
yes,
it is getting going back to twitchy bum time a little bit when looking at that league table, heading into the playoffs and stuff. But tonight I feel just a little bit disappointed because going back to last night, I didn't think we put in the effort as much as we did tonight. I think tonight we were bouncing. Again, we go back to the ice at Nottingham. It's completely different to here.
It's a lot bigger surface.
It's a lot bigger surface, but at the same time, it shouldn't matter by now.
No,
we left too much open spaces for him to score in.
Yeah.
Like you said, with some of it, what cost us with the screening, Robson not being able to see. But tonight, I've seen a bit of a different team. But it was just really unfortunate. That's where I'm going to literally call it out and say, this is my point of view. Some of the refs things for me was really agitating. And I don't want to always keep blaming the refs because that's something what a lot of fans can do. But tonight for me, the refs upset me a little bit. But some of those goals cost us, in my opinion. I had that little opinion argument with you where I said, there was one goal I was unsure of where I thought Robson got fouled, where I thought that was interference.
See, different vantage points. I thought it just stuck through him. I think if you asked Robson, he would like that one back. I think he could have done a little bit better there. But it's a difficult one because, like I said, we've had a good season. It's been a very disappointing weekend. A lot to work on out in the week.
Yeah.
But you're going to get them over the course of the season. It's a long season, you know. We're fighting for that middle pack. We're not near the top. We're not near the bottom. We're fighting for that middle pack. So you've got to be on your game when the big boys come into town.
Yeah.
Or you go to them. And unfortunately, this weekend, we didn't look quite on it, shall we say.
Yeah, and I think it's frustrating, isn't it? Because I was talking about how the mentality has been lately, you know, when we're beating these teams and then I don't think we've beaten Panthers in the league this season.
They've got our number this season.
They really have. And I think we've only beaten once in the Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
And we haven't beaten them in the league, and it is a little bit disappointing. But like you said, they've had it on us this season. And we've just got to learn. I think the best thing from now is we learn from this weekend in total. We move on and keep our heads up and, you know, get in there. And also the crowd tonight. The crowd here again was absolutely rocking. I couldn't even get into the bar.
Another fantastic crowd. You know, Nottingham bring a lot of fans here as well. So, you know, makes for a very entertaining atmosphere. It's just a shame the boys couldn't.
Yeah, we need the atmosphere in here week in, week out because you can see with the players how they bounce off us and they bounce off our energy.
Said before, it's a hostile environment when the Blaze fans get behind them, like we did last week.
Intimidating when they come here.
You know, when the boys are struggling like they did in that first period and they brought the mistakes over from last night to tonight, that's when we need to get behind them. That's when we need to let them know we are your sixth man.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes the fans can make a difference, especially in an arena like this. I believe
that in the second period, definitely we were behind them. We got those goals back, 3-0 lead. They messed it up, we came back. Okay, we had those power plays, but just from my point of view, personally, I think we deserved a little bit more tonight, and that's where my disappointment comes from. But again, we live and learn from it. We go into the next game, and fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, yeah. Like I said, I think the special teams, we've scored 4 on the power play tonight. Brilliant. But most of the games play 5-3-5. We need to pick it up and be better. Like I said, it's a cycle. You're going on the forecheck, you get the puck. If you're late, they get the easy out, and then everyone's backtracking and everyone's out of shape. Yeah. So that was something that was a little bit lapsed this weekend. So hopefully we can work on that in the week and be better.
Yeah, things to work towards. But anyway, thanks for watching this episode. Also, we want to dedicate this episode obviously for Keno.
Yep.
We love you, mate. Thinking of you. And thank you.